Good afternoon, Somerville High School, class of 2012. Please
Thank
make
you.
your way to your future. For those of you who don't know, that was me in the morning, before first period, who played the music and told you where to go. You're welcome. Anyway, my name is Nikhil Agarwal, and I stand here humbled by the fact that we have reached the end of our high school careers. This is our final moments together as a class. When I was named Salutatorian of the class, yes, there was an initial moment of excitement, but that was immediately replaced with a sense of nerves and a check for $250.
That's good.
I realized that writing this speech was going to be one of the hardest experiences of my life. How do I summarize the last 4 years of all of our lives into a mere couple of minutes? I slept on the idea, hoping to get some inspiration from my dreams. Fail. Then it dawned on me. I know who to ask for honest information. My personal speechwriter since 8th grade, Ryan Ambrose. Of course he had ideas for a speech that would be unforgettable. Together, we came up with the idea for our journey, how we all grew together as a class in the last 4 years. That would be the only way to truly commemorate this special occasion. Naturally, the journey started as freshmen, fresh meat if you will. To be completely honest, I don't remember much of what happened that year. We all walked the hallways like in packs like a caravan of camels, with large bags hanging from our backs. We were the ones that caused chaos in the staircases, creating large traffic jams. We ventured from class to class, on the hunt for our middle school friends. We were lost in the halls, unsure of who to ask for guidance and direction. Who could we trust to lead us away from the pool on the 4th floor? Then we transitioned into sophomores, which was nothing big, except, of course, we got to drive. Now I'd like to take this moment to apologize to my mother. I will pay off the dent I made on the car eventually. Maybe after I finish college. The only major difference was that we were able to leave for lunch. We helped to keep McDonald's, Wendy's, Dunkin' Donuts, and KFC in business. Every weekend there seemed to be another Sweet 16 and another $20 out of our wallets spent on gifts. Junior year was the worst by far. With AP classes, SATs, HESPAs, ACTs, and driving, our year was pretty swamped. This was the year that colleges were interested in. It was really the make it, break it, or wreck it year for all of us. But we all managed to come out of it, unfazed and stronger by all that had occurred in the year. Senior year was a new year, and with this came a new principal and new rules. This was it. We were the big dogs on campus. We all endured the senior lot raffle, where it seemed like every number but ours was being called. Eventually we got our senior privileges, giving us an excuse to leave the building during study hall. But as most of us came to realize, this was our last year, and it was what we made of it. All of us had flexibility in building our schedules. Some of us took specific electives, while others decided to take the path less traveled and loaded their schedule with 4 AP classes. To quote a famous poem from Robert Frost, 2 roads diverged in the wood, and I took the one less traveled by. On top of that, we all had college applications to fill out. By the end of September, most of our schedules ended up being wake up, get ready, go to school, go home, do homework, write a college essay, sleep, and repeat. Don't forget to throw in get dress coded somewhere in that schedule. But we all managed to make the best of the situation we were presented. To pass the time, some attempted basketball games, hoping to ride the Pioneer Pack. Others participated in different clubs and activities, using this as an excuse to take field trips and miss a day of school. Later in the year, senior assassins was an escape for some of us. But now looking back on it, how could anyone enjoy being hunted or locked in his or own houses every waking moment of their lives? It was an interesting experience, to say the least. With June came the senior picnic and Mr. Venezia's daily announcements. The much-awaited senior prank soon followed. All I have to say is, nice job, seniors. We pulled together and were successful in the end. Yeah, this was the general journey that most of us followed. But there were branches from this path that made us the people that we are today. Our teachers, friends, and experiences all played a part into shaping our lives. They changed us for the better, and it is something special that I always hold in my head. Let's start with the teachers. I cannot thank my various teachers and advisors enough for everything they have done for me. Some of us have had the fear of having Mr. Evans, knowing that it is nearly impossible to be exempt from the final. But nothing is impossible. Most of us have had the opportunity to have Mr. Olio. We all heard the famous, how are we doing with that, and probably not. In the unlikely event that Evans or Olio wasn't there, Miss Montgomery would be there to take the stand. But on a more serious note, the most important part of Somerville High School and our education here is the teachers. Their effect and impact on each of us is so monumental that I'll remember it forever. Friends were a big part of my journey through high school. Through my involvement in different clubs and activities, I made a bunch of new friends. I even found myself strengthening bonds with some of my older friends. Please explain how I managed to have the same lunch group for the last 3 years. I thought after the incident at McDonald's with the ketchup packet during my sophomore year, we'd never be together again. Even better, whether it be making fun of Pat Quinn for something written on his car, going to Polar Cup with hopes that Monaco would give me free ice cream, or trying to introduce Tony P to the world of social networking, I found any excuse to be with my friends. Even hanging out with Liz Frank after both proms, or using tutoring or studying as an excuse to see someone, became routine for me. People may say that they cannot wait to get out of this town, but I'm not one of them. Yes, I understand moving on is a huge milestone in our lives, but what about the friends we leave behind? Those relationships we had, regardless of with who, they have shaped each of us. Although your memories with your friends may not be similar to mine, they help to create the person you are now. I know for a fact that my friends will never really understand how much of an impact they have had in my life. I would like to thank them for the highs, the lows, and for just being there. I would also like to thank each of you in the graduating class today. Each one of you has made an impact regardless of how small in my maturation here, and I really appreciate it. And finally, our experience helped to shape us at the Ville. I was the person who tried to get involved in any way possible. I was class president for the last 4 years, joined student council, became a member of NHS, and a peer leader. I, along with many of you, wanted to leave my legacy here at this school. Although I could never leave my legacy in sports or music, as many of you have, I used leadership clubs to fill my need to be part of the Somerville community. But that's just me. See, each of us took different roles on at the Ville. We created our individual stories by using our differing experiences as a guide. And now, here we are, ready to graduate, or already graduated. We all had our ups and downs, but regardless, we all have our memories at the Ville. At the end of the day, this was and will forever be our high school, the place where we became adults. We all shared laughs, tears, and even homework in the building. No matter where each of us is going to college, whether it be here in New Jersey or across the sea, don't forget that we're all still connected through our roots at Somerville. As you reflect, realize that you left a piece of yourself here at Somerville. That piece was your teenage years.
Okay, look.
I feel as though Somerville has enabled us to accomplish everything that successful high school students should want to in 4 years. As I leave you today, remember that you never stop learning. I realized this at my brother's 8th grade graduation. As the president, Justin had everyone do the following. Please raise your right hand and look to the person sitting to the right of you. Now, on the count of 3, place your hand on the shoulder of that person. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Good. Now put your hand down. Hopefully, no one can leave saying that they weren't touched by my speech. Thank you to my family for being there, especially this last year. Thank you to Somerville High School administrators and teachers for providing us with a multitude of opportunities to succeed. And finally, I would like to thank each one of you in the graduating class for helping me to become the man that I am today, and wish you all good luck in the future. Thank you.